Hi, Julie.
Hello, Tina. How are you?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
I am doing great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy March.
Happy March, everyone. Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
feel it? Can you feel a difference? I feel
I
it.
do. I absolutely feel a difference. It's
Yeah.
changed, right? It's shifted.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were talking
Yes.
about this because it's like, I feel kind of giddy and I want to do this a lot, and go, ooh, like the monkey.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I love
Yeah. Frisky. I'm feeling frisky and
it.
bubbly and like giddy and all this, yeah, all these
Good.
energies. And I don't know
Yeah,
if anyone else does too, but
I think so. Spring is in the air and it's coming. It's headed right for
yeah,
us with all its
yeah,
beauty. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So I think, I'm not going to say like March will be a spectacular month, but I feel like it can be good. It can be fun. It can be, I think, refreshing. That's what I get. Like, I feel like people are like, okay,
Yeah.
um,
And
let's shake things up a bit, or maybe even like let's have some fun, or yeah.
right? It's been a long time
Hmm.
since we've had some true fun in our lives
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that feeling of safe and security and those belly laughs because you're so safe and happy. So it's been a
yeah,
long time. We are due. We are
yeah,
absolutely due.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's okay. So we're going to be talking about March and the energies for the collective according to numerology, the tarot, the totem spirit animal that came through. Um, yeah, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so what should
So
we
I
start
read
with the monkey? Oh yeah, you go
Yes,
ahead.
let's
You go
start
ahead.
with the monkey. I read your energies, and that was the
Yeah,
first thing that honestly hit me was the monkey energy because
yeah,
it does feel like that, like trickery kind of, but in a not in a bad way,
yeah,
trying to make people laugh, creative, like creativity feels strong right now, and
yeah.
inventiveness, those kinds of things. But the monkey for sure with his playful
Yeah.
behavior. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
and I get like the woo woo woo, and it's
yeah.
like, oh, and I wonder how many people are feeling frisky, frisky and giddy and like the monkey energy I find is so playful and
Sure.
right, and it's like about laughs and what is it, practical jokes and
Yeah,
joking and I think we all need that right now. I think we all need some lightheartedness and to lighten up, and we need to play and
yeah. Be more
yeah.
like monkeys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Frisky. And and the monkey business and even the sayings according to the monkey comes through and there's so many, right? Like monkey
Yeah.
business and monkeying
Monkeying
around.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how do these animals come to you? You just think of what the March's energy animal or spirit animal is going to be, and then you get a vision of that? Like, how does that work?
So, well, it varies. So how I usually do it is I will sit down and start okay, um like I call in all my guides and then I say, okay, what's happening for the world for the month of March?
Yeah.
And then I'll start picking up on stuff. So it'll be like words, visuals, like visions. Sometimes I'll hear stuff. And a lot of times with that, they like show me the animal.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great.
And usually it comes through pretty quickly, like it comes along with all that stuff. And but this time it was like right away, they were like monkey, and they're like monkeys front and center this month, like the energies of the monkey. So
Yeah.
even though like we have these numbers going on in the tarot, but it's like the monkey is like, no, is center stage, is how I want to put it. So like
Yeah.
all that other stuff matters, but it's like front and center is the monkey and the monkey energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And
Yes.
like everything associated with it. So it's like, yeah, there's some fun qualities, but also too, we need to be aware of like, sometimes we might monkey around too much. Like, so that could be maybe with an idea, or if you're repairing something, it's like, don't get carried away because sometimes
Yeah.
you can monkey around with stuff too much, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
monkey
Right.
business, it could be like, okay, what's going on? Like, are people, fooling around? Like, it could be affairs, or it could be fooling around with stuff,
Yeah.
at work or at home.
Yeah.
or with each other. Yeah. So it goes both ways, right?
Ah, I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah. I was curious about that because I didn't know if you use, we have the wild animal tarot cards and things like that. I didn't know if you were
Okay.
using
No,
cards.
I don't have any cards associated with the animals. It's just, yeah, it just comes through, right? And
That's
I just want
amazing.
to add, like, because, one of the reading services I do is like a totem animal reading, right?
Yes.
So when the monkey came through, it's like, oh, I could feel my dad's energy. So my dad's has passed away. It's been, quite a few years, but I know his power animal was the monkey. So it's
Yeah.
like, so I really feel his energy and the playfulness, and um, almost like too, it's like he's inviting everyone. It's like, if you guys need help with anything, if you call on the monkey, like for medicine, but it's like, call on me too, even though you might have never known him or met him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For sure, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can feel your dad around for sure. The playfulness and
Yeah. And he was such a fun-loving guy. Like, he loved practical jokes, and he loved to make people laugh. And he was a very funny storyteller. Like, he could take some of the worst things that happened to him or in his life, and he could tell the story and make it so funny. Like, you're rolling on the floor, you're going to pee your pants. So yeah, he was really good at laughing at himself. And I think that's the monkey energy, that we all start, to play with that and to work with that, invite that in, right?
Wouldn't that be wonderful to be able to laugh at ourselves again? We've become such a society of being overly sensitive, and right. And all these unconscious triggers, in conversations and stuff, and it upsets us so easily. And so if we can learn to laugh at ourselves a little bit more again, that would just go away, right?
Yeah. So everyone, look up the spiritual meaning of the monkey. And I know there's so many different breeds. I don't know how many sites, categorize monkeys, because sometimes there's like I'm just thinking like the spider monkey, and I don't know what else, like, but for me, like, when the monkey comes through, it's the general. So it's like all breeds, it's just the monkey.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because there's so many different species and kinds. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hello, Karen. How are you doing? Happy March.
Yeah. You know what? We should tell the monkey played with you and your family and home last night in the middle of the night, right?
Yes. So I wasn't feeling well, so I went to bed, and about 3 a.m, the fire alarm in the house goes off, and we jump up out of bed, and there's nothing going on, nothing. And so I was like, what the heck? And it hardwired in, so you can't turn this alarm off, like taking the battery out of it or whatever. So, and it's been going off like randomly, like it still goes off. So I was, so tired trying to figure out this stupid alarm. And then you said this morning, I wonder if that was monkey energy. And I was like, oh my God, of course it was.
So the monkey energy playing with your stuff. So I'm wondering too, like, so everyone just, be open. Sometimes if it feels like goofy things or silly things are happening in your life, I'm going to say a lot of times that'll be connected to the monkey energy as well.
Maybe it's a good thing for you to laugh. Maybe it's just trying to make you laugh.
That's right.
It was a distraction from me because I wasn't feeling well. So it was a nice distraction from not feeling well, because I think I ate something bad. But it was a yucky night that way. But I did feel like, the energy shift, even last night, I just hardly slept at all last night, but I could almost feel the energy shifting throughout the night for March coming in. It was kind of like, traditionally, I told you, March has never been really kind to me and the three of us, in this house. So we're always kind of trepidatious. It's the beginning of my new cycle. My birthday's in May, and you've taught me how important these birth cycles are, and they are. And so now I know, at least now I'm prepared. March is the beginning of mine because it happens a couple of months ahead. And so I think now, traditionally looking back, March has been my endings of that year cycle. That was just the last of it to come to end its way through and into that new cycle of the next year or whatever. So it helped me. It did. It really did, to know what cycle I'm in and to see where I'm heading with the year. Yeah. So, but I feel the energies change, and I feel, I do feel like that oversensitive kind of energy is lifting up a little bit too. Like people are being able to speak their mind without offending anyone. Like we were. Maybe we're coming into more of a listening to understand rather than listening to reply type energy. You know, because we've been very focused on how we feel, you know, and how that upsets us or how that triggers us, or, you know, I don't feel safe. You know, a lot of times you're in these conversations and you really don't feel safe, you know, it's just a feeling you have. So I think we're coming into a little bit more of an understanding energy so that we can at least have conversations again.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I explained this to you about the cycles. So cycles are what's in focus, you know, individually, and then like I can even look at it for, you know, the whole world, like as a collective. So what's in focus? What are the main themes and traits and characteristics of the year for us? And when we it's like when we start the cycle, it's bumpy, because it's like we're getting a feel for it. Like it's kind of like you're testing the waters and things are coming in. It's like you're not used to that energy or what's going on, right? So you don't have to be conscious of what it means, right? But it's like, I think deep down, you know, like, you know, because things in your life feel bumpy or out of sorts, right? It's like you're getting the hang of it. And then after the first month, 2 months, it's like it's like you start hitting the stride, right? So it's like, oh yeah, I'm understanding this fit, or I'm getting the gist of all this, you know, you should be more. So it feels a bit easier, and it's comforting. Like you start to get comfortable with what's going on and what's happening. And so like that's the midsection. And then like the last couple of months, it's like you reach to the point where it's like, okay, I'm done. You know, like you want to move on, like you want to get something else going in your life, or you feel pulled, you know, over here, but you're not quite there because there's still stuff you know, hanging you back, or that you're working with, and the universe will respond, right? So it's almost like, here you go, Julie, one last kick for you to deal with before your cycle changes. I mean, that's one way of looking at it, right? Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, I did a moon potion on the 27th, full moon.
Okay.
You know, we had our, I think it was in Virgo. It was in Virgo, which I love Virgo. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Very grounded, very, very logical, you know.
I have so many Virgos in my life. It's uncanny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Vicky's a
for
Virgo.
Some reason.
Yeah.
So I've got lots of family and lots of friends. Like, Virgos are popular in my life. So anyways, I interrupted you. Yeah. Okay. So go on.
No. So I forgot what I was even saying. No, I remember. So I did the moon potion on the 27th. Yes, with the full moon. And I did it on health. I wanted to bring health, just complete feeling of vitality. I'm looking for vitality, energy. You know, I've been in this just low energy, you know, just tired and defeated, and not defeated. That's too strong of a word, but but you know what I mean. 2 steps forward, you know, a step forward, 2 step back kind of feeling. So I did this on health, and then so I'm still sleeping with those crystals under my pillow, by the way. I got sleep last night, so it's like that kind of energy. Like, but again, I think I was even telling you this morning, maybe that was just my of releasing it all, you know, and being end with that. So I'm very I obviously believe in those moon potions, and I know health is coming for me. Yeah. But interesting though, right? You know, just how right in your middle of your process of
and how you did it around health, and then you had a health issue last night. Yeah, that's weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Very weird.
Whereas I'm at, you know, it's not that I don't believe in that stuff, or I'm not discounting it. It's like I'm just one, like I don't pay attention to the moon cycle so much, because that's just not for me, you know.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's loony too, honestly. I've always done it my family just knows me with this, you know,
Yeah.
and the horoscopes. I mean, we'd get the Sunday
Mhm.
paper growing up, and Dad went for the crosswords, you know, Mom went for the coupons, and I went for the horoscopes. You know, it
Right.
was just what I
Yeah.
did always.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyone who's watching, if you want to share or contribute anything, we welcome that. If you have questions about the month of March, they can't be personal, but because that's another show. But yeah, share away. Yeah. Did
Yes.
you want to talk about
Yes.
the
Yeah.
cards?
Sure. So
Okay, we'll go
you
this
were
time with the
looking for a
cards.
card. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you were
because when I
looking
was
for a
writing,
card.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's interesting. So for me, I never know what's going to come through or how it's going to be,
Right.
right? And because I just try to open myself up, okay? And it's like I just want to receive how it comes. So I wasn't getting a tarot card, so that I reached out to you. And
Yes.
then, and after that happened, it was like, then I saw a tarot card and it was like, I don't like this one. So, but we'll talk
That made
about
me
what you
laugh.
got first. I know, but I'm being honest because I'm not
I
the
love
only
it.
one, right? So we'll
Oh
talk
my
about
God,
the,
no. Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Karen feels better with the full moon too, right? Right. I
Uh,
felt that shift come in. Yeah, yeah. And I think it was for me too. It was still we're still in that full moon. You know, we were still coming out of that last night too.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel it. Yeah. It's an energy shift. And I feel it on the collective too. I feel like everybody just needs to move on now. Like we've been pointing out the problems for a very long time now, you know, of what's wrong with the world and our countries and our fellow man. You know, we've been pointing out the
Yeah.
problems for a very, very long time. So I feel this shift really is a more of an understanding of each other and our perspectives, just putting each other, you know, empathy. A lot of us are really strong empaths, and this has been a really hard time for an empath. You know, when you're used to feeling energy and you're used to absorbing it and you're used to living with it.
Yeah.
And then you have this energy of war and harshness and anger and rage, you know, envelop us all. It really hit the whole world at the same time. That was tough for empaths, you know. Suicide rate really skyrocketed, and people just didn't know how to live in a world like this, you know.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was hard. So
Yeah.
I think that's why you and I were kind of guided to do a show like this, to say that it's not your imagination. This is hard.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we've got to move
Yeah.
on from this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I just want to
So
add, just because Julie and I do this, and we don't feel better than anyone or above
right.
anyone, because some I want to say some psychics or some healers, however you put them, they can come across that way.
Yeah, I know
Like,
what you mean.
you know, like just because they have maybe more experience. That's the only difference, is like, you know, and Julie and I try to incorporate what we believe in and the tools that we use into our everyday life. So some days go better than others for us. I mean, we have our issues, we go through our angst, we have like our moments. But I think
Yes.
the difference with us might be, it's like, okay, we try to bounce back from it sooner, or we have, I don't know, it's like we practice it more. So it's like, okay, we know better, maybe, right? I don't know how to put it. I'm not trying to
Absolutely.
sound like a snob or above, but it's like, you
Yeah.
know, everyone can do this too. It's just, I feel like the main thing is practicing it, right? The more you practice,
Oh,
the better you get at
absolutely.
it, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Hi, Eleanor, and hi,
Mm.
and Karen. And Karen is a Pisces too, and an
Oh
empath
yeah.
too as well. Most Pisces are empaths, by the way, Karen.
Yeah.
Because you're a water sign. And
Yeah.
Cancer,
Yeah.
Pisces, yeah, Scorpio.
Yeah.
So, but the feeling of enduring through these times has been a real thing too, of enduring them. You know what I mean? Because we all
Yeah.
knew the shift would happen, and there was an oppression with certain psychics or spiritual teachings where there, I guess worldwide, right? There was an oppression to let others rise. And that's, I think, where we started going a little bit astray, as not just in the spiritual community, but in the world. To let others rise above us is not right to do. We have to all come together and rise and go together. So we all have this intuitiveness. We all have this connection.
That's
Nobody
right.
is cut off from God. Nobody. And you can cut yourself off.
Yeah.
But nobody can cut you off or affect your free will. You know, we all have free will to close ourselves off or open ourselves off. So I know what you mean about the
yeah. And I come from, well, you do too, from the premise everybody is psychic. Everybody has an intuition. It's just the degree of it that varies from person to person. Right. And and that could include like not only how you use it, your beliefs, what you think of it, how you feel about it, like all those things. Right.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we grew up in a society for like how many centuries where the intuition side of life, you know, what you want, you can call it the sixth sense. Like I believe it is a sense, our intuition.
Yeah.
But it's just been like going centuries back, like over time, it's just been like, I call it downgraded, or like it doesn't count, or it doesn't matter. It's not, it's, the devil's work, whatever, like all these things. Right. And I feel like this is a time where more and more people are going to go with that or want to bring that out more. And that's the way. And it's like, these psychics that claim to have like all the answers, or if they feel they're above, you're not. You're there to help others, like bring them up or along, or right? Because we're still learning too, as a psychic. As much knowledge we have or how much we use it, I'm still learning. Right. I don't always listen, and I don't always listen to my intuition.
No.
Right. So
that's your free will. There it is. That's what I love about God and fairies and angels and anything spiritual, is there is not one person on this earth that doesn't have the access that I have to those beings. And that goes for you too. And you too, and you too, and Eleanor and Karen, you know what I mean? Like there's no one that is cut off from that. And there's no way to disprove me, because this is how I feel.
That's right. Yeah.
So I love that.
So and I mean, I've had a few people asking me this, like, my guides, they ask like if my guides are just my guides. And it's like, well, no, not really. Like they are there for everybody.
Absolutely. The collective. Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's just that maybe your relationship, like, because I feel you can have a relationship with your guides, can be personal or different from person to person. Right.
Absolutely.
But so I mean, it can be very involved. Yeah.
And Karen is saying that she thought her dad was a seer. I bet so many of us, especially the empaths, right, have these seers in our family. I have them, and I know you have them. You know what I mean? Like it's passed down through that's that part of that DNA memory I'm always talking about. That's it, and it is an opening too. Like you go through these life lessons when you're really not listening to yourself. This is yourself talking to you as your guides. You know what I mean? It's that voice in your head, and you intentionally go against yourself sometimes just to push your own boundaries. It's all part of life lessons. So.
Yeah. And I bet, I mean, if her dad was that way, I'm sure her dad is still trying to make his presence known from the afterlife with you. Yeah. So maybe Karen, I don't know, keep your eyes and ears open. Like, maybe your dad will monkey around with something. For you.
Right.
Yeah. To make himself known. Yeah. Won't that be fun?
Right. It's
I'm wondering how many people out there they're going to find, like, they can't explain, like, something happening in their surroundings or in their life, and I'm going to say it's going to have a monkey energy, like a silliness or trickster,
Yeah.
or practical joke kind of thing, and it's from a loved one, you know, from the other side, like you with the fire alarm. Like,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
like, who in your family did that? Who was mucking around with
Right?
the fire alarm in your home?
I
Yeah,
know. I know.
yeah,
I'd love to know. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so anyway, back to
Oh, the tarot.
the tarot. I know I get
Okay.
distracted on my
Yeah,
tangents.
that's
I'm
okay. That's
sorry, you
how we
guys.
talk, right? It's not
Right.
scripted. And that's how Julie and I talk when we have our talks.
It's true.
We're
I
like
know.
all over the place.
Yeah, we have ADD
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so the King of Swords was the tarot card that really jumped out at
Whew,
me. The
whew.
King of Swords has been in our environment for a very long time, Tina and I.
Yeah.
And the King of Swords is the card that my dog Maisie chewed up. If you remember, we had pulled the King of Swords for something, and then she chewed it up, and I had to get a new deck of my favorite deck. But so the King
That
of
happened
Swords, but
twice.
that happened twice. I don't know what that is. There's something there, right? There's that monkey energy or something there.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the King of Swords is usually an advisor of some kind. The King of Swords uses all of the information to make his decisions. He is not a rash decision maker. He has gathered all of the information, and then he very balanced. He's balanced with the information, and he's an arbitrator, really. A judge is the King of Swords. He's Aquarius energy. And I love the King of Swords because he's never going to backstab you, the King of Swords. He's never going to tell you a lie. He's very honest. He's all about honesty. He loves the rules.
Okay.
He loves people that play by the rules.
Okay.
But at all cost, he cuts through the bullshit, the King of Swords. He uses that sword. Swords are all about communication.
Okay.
And so that's what makes me feel like we're coming out of this blame game, and we're entering into a more understanding situation here, because that's exactly what we need to do. We need to cut out the bullshit. We need to cut out the victim worshiping and the, we've all been through things. We have all been through things. And so we have to stop that, and we have to start to heal from this war and survivor mentality. It is not the last man standing here. We have to come together as a collective and listen. And that's all we have to do. It's very easy. It's very easy. As all we have to do is listen. And we can do that when we've cut out all the bullshit. You can't exaggerate. The King of Swords won't let you exaggerate your woes. He won't let you. You'll try to put color on your story, and he won't let you. He'll say, well, that's not true, but that was, he won't do that. And that's an honorable, energy too, because it is just fact-based. He's all about facts and science and proof and grounded truth. And don't we need that? Don't we need that grounded truth right now? So
yeah. And I think it'll help. And it'll help us discern things in life, right? Because everybody, in this day and age, there's so much information out there now because of the internet.
Yes, right.
But it's but we have to be discerning.
Right.
Right. You can't take everything at face value.
Yes.
And, and that's with the monkey energy. So it's like, is this monkeying with my, with the word, is that really true or not? And then with that King of Swords, that's great, because it's like that energy helps us discern, or try to figure out what is true or what is right.
Right.
Yeah.
Based upon what has been proven,
Yeah.
It's not a theory. It's not a idea. It's not even, you know what I mean? It's proven that this is a fact. So we need that for sure in this fake news kind of. And I think I see, so Eleanor, this is funny, because I have been thinking about you and Shirley. You've been on my mind. I send you love and healing every time I think about you two. And she says that after her sister-in-law passed away, the fire alarm kept going off.
Wow.
So I've been thinking I've been connecting maybe with Eleanor.
That's almost like an announcement, because like, that's, a fire alarm. I want to say well, I guess it could be warning too, right? Like it could be like the warning bell. So
Maybe.
yeah, it'd be
Maybe.
interesting. Like I
Yeah.
wonder if anything interesting happened, in her life after that.
I wonder what happened after that.
Yeah, because you have the experience, Eleanor. Share.
That's right. That's right. Share, please.
Inquiring minds want to know. There's the monkey. We're
There's
curious.
the monkey.
People are going to be curious. So it's a good time to, be curious this month. Yeah.
Curious
Okay,
George
so
come into play.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Curious George. Yes.
He's my favorite monkey when I was growing up.
My brothers too.
Yeah?
Yeah. He, okay, this is a quick funny story.
Yeah.
So my brother, he, how some kids, they have like a favorite stuffy or something. So his was Curious George. He had a Curious George stuffy monkey.
Yeah.
Okay, like when he was a baby.
Yes.
And it was always with him. Like I can't remember till what age. So this one summer, like we go to Montreal, and of course he's got his monkey Curious George with him on the plane. And I guess it wasn't till like after, like we're at my aunt's place, that it's like his monkey's gone. And Paul is like having a fit. Like he is so sad and so upset. So we had like every family member in Montreal, and at the time it must have been a popular thing, or I don't know, or maybe they didn't have any, but it's like everyone was like shopping for a Curious George stuffing, because Paul would not rest or wasn't comforted until he had one in his arms again. So
poor
I think
Paul.
I know, poor Paul, but anyways,
it's a security blanket that monkey.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyways, it didn't come out as funny. Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Right. Everyone had those, right? Those soft kind of material stuff monkey. Is that what it was? Like I don't know.
Like a puppet. Like it looked like it was from a sock. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. It looked like it was a sock.
Yeah, it had like a monkey. Red nose.
I remember those. Yeah, I didn't have them.
You remember those? Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember them. Yeah.
I loved them.
Okay, like
what were we talking about?
We're all over the place like a monkey. Like woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so King of Swords. Yes.
Yes. So I'm very happy about this energy. So this is my other King of Swords. I like this because he's kind of the epitome of that energy, right? Just that
I can't see his face so much.
Too glary.
The glary.
Get it in closer.
Oh, right. Maybe go to this way. Yeah, like yeah. What way is that? I don't know my directions. Oh yeah, that's better.
Plus on the camera.
Wow. Right. Yes. Okay, now he's got like an eye mask and like shoulder pads and wings. Wow, that's quite wings. That's quite the powerful. Yeah.
Like Archangel Michael, right? Like he looks like Archangel Michael to me, but strength and calm and rationale and just everything I've really been craving. So I really wasn't, when I was researching the King of Swords to see, because it used to be the King of Wands. The King of Wands was always my popper. The King of Wands for so long, and so it's just funny that it switched to the King of Swords. But I love that because he's cutting it out, right? He's done with it. Yeah. So I do like that. And you card came up as the Devil, is what you pulled.
Yeah.
So the Devil never scares me in the tarot, because the Devil to me, anytime it shows up, is just simply a sign that you have toxic attachments in your life. Now, maybe our war mentality is our toxic attachment, maybe our need to get our point across, or our perspective known to others. Why is it so important that others need to know how we feel or understand how we feel? Maybe instead of understanding each other, we just kind of let that need go a little bit more, because maybe that's a toxic attachment for that. We have to gain our own self-worth. Obviously, you can't get your worth from others and how they feel about you. Our days of people pleasing, my days of people pleasing are over. Yeah. So So that's what it shows to me, is just toxic attachments. I know it has a lot of different other connotations, but the tarot for me always has been to uplift and enlighten and bring you to a better place. It was never to say, you know, a lot of times it means addiction, you know, and that can be, but that is also a toxic attachment, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a broader perspective of the look of the on the devil, you know, my take on the devil.
Yeah. So a bit. So when that showed up for me, so as knowing everything as I know in my experience with the cards, it's like, okay, I know the devil doesn't necessarily mean like the evil, like the church or the Bible makes it out to be, right?
Right.
But it's still unsettling when it shows up for me, as much as I know, right? And then I'm thinking, okay, all those out there who listen to us or read the article, you know, how's that going to affect them, especially if they're not familiar with the true meaning of the devil. So I love your explanation and take, like the toxic. It's like, that makes so much sense. And the addictions. Yeah. You know, and it's almost like, you know, the negative side of life, right? And it could be like, you know, okay, maybe this is a time for us to start healing that and to not let it overcome our lives or our being, like not let it to rule.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it's time to turn that devil energy into the King of Swords, you know. Stop with what's wrong, what's going, you know what I mean? Stop pointing out the problems so much and start finding the solution. Yeah. And hello, Sandra, and hello, Arlene. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah. And I think, you know, like this could be the time where, okay, the devil is not going to have a hold on us, right?
Right. I think so. I think we're cutting those attachments. Yes. And even looking at the dark side anymore. You know, we've all kind of been through a shadow side, right? Especially us empaths. It's been really hard. We've had to look at the dark, and we've had to look at the inhumanity. And that's been really hard, to look at the inhumanity in the face and still care for people, you know, as we always will. So yes.
And I want to say, for me, like when the devil comes up, I get like sexual abuse. So I mean, so this could be where, like, okay, whether that's the past, present, or a future. Like, so if it's future, it's like, okay, to everyone out there, I don't care if you're male or female, be mindful of, you know, so play it safe, or be mindful of the boundaries, you know, when it comes to that area. Past and present, it could be like, okay, so there's going to be maybe more stories or the news about sexual abuse from the past or the present, right? Maybe it could be a time where we're starting to finally heal that, or address it in a way that does bring healing, right? So that would be good too.
I think so.
So just, it could be that, and it could be like, you know, certain industries are come to our attention, like it could be like the porn industry, right? You know, comes to our attention. Something coming to light, and it's like what it
And doesn't that go right back to toxic attachments? You know, if you're going to the bars at night and you know what your boundaries are, you know what I mean? You know when you're not listening to yourself, you know, so it's very, very, be very mindful of, listen to yourself.
Healing in that. So I guess, and that all plays in, I guess, with the numbers. So March 2021 is a number 8 month. And I really wanted to hone in to the messages and, you know, like really just be not overwhelmed. So it's like the ego came up, and that could be connected to the devil.
Absolutely.
Confidence. So it's like, this is like month, like, you know, it'll go both ways. We'll feel confident or feel really good about ourselves or about certain things in our life. And then we'll have moments where we feel our confidence is tested, or we have no confidence, or we're lacking esteem.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, so we're learning that. We're learning about the energy of confidence and what it means, and to like practice it more, or to believe in ourselves more, or believe in what we have in our lives, right?
Yes.
Um, Also, appearances came up. So whether that's on the self, so it's like people will notice and be attracted by the appearance of something. So whether that's a person or a place or an item, because sometimes it's shopping, it'll be like the wow factor of something. It might not be practical, but
Yeah.
it's like the wow factor, the visual of it will attract us.
I love it.
Also too, it's like things appear. So it's like we notice things, like maybe where we thought like, oh, I was in the dark about that, or I didn't notice, or like you feel like you didn't pay attention, or you weren't in that mood. And it's not about blaming or putting like judging about it, where like that King of Swords, right? It's not about judging. It's just about like, oh, it's just, if you notice something that you didn't, it's like, okay, that's good. Like, now what do I do about it, right? How does this change things if it does, right?
Yeah.
So it can be a good time for answers. So if you've been like stuck or unsure about certain parts of your life, this is a time to really get the answers, because you're persistent. It's like you will get the answer. You'll find something will appear before you. The only thing is it may not be the answer you want. So, but you go with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? Of course.
Yeah.
Because
Facts
it
and
might be
figures.
the answer you need.
Yeah. So facts and figures came up as
Oh,
well.
that's
And then
interesting.
you
Yeah.
pointed that out with the King of Swords
That's
already.
very
So yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, I think it's about proof, and people want to see what you mean and see what you do, or see how you feel, right? It's more than
Yeah.
just about the talk or the
That's the topic of the
energies.
day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like we
Yeah.
want proof, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me the figures, right? Back it up. Show me what you mean, right?
That's right. Yes.
Toys, toying, and teasing. So those three words all, fit together. They all work together in this circle. So toys is like, and that's connected to the eight energy, because the eight energy likes the toy. So it likes, the fancy cars, the fancy home. It likes the bling. It likes, all those extra stuff. So it's like toys. So for us adults, it could be like, I'm wondering if that industry is going to boom, like where people
Yeah.
are looking to get maybe a boat or a camper or a motorcycle, like something, right? That
Yeah.
speaks freedom and play and
Makes sense. Yeah.
having fun. Yeah.
Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Toying. So toying. So it's like, this is where it's like, toying with ideas, or toying with plans, or toying, with things in your home or whatever. It's like, improving it or making it better. I mean, improving it, or is it going to make it worse? That's what the toying
Oh.
is. It could also be about toying with our emotions, our feelings, our beliefs, our thoughts. Okay, toying with that as an expression.
Mm-hmm.
And teasing. So teasing, it's like, well, I think people know what teasing means. It can be fun and
Yeah.
lighthearted, but it can also be mean and cruel. So it's just, hopefully people won't go down the mean and cruel way.
Yeah. Right.
And entertainment. So it's like, I think this is a month where people are looking, okay, what's going to entertain me? I'm looking to be entertained, or like people, and I get that,
There
that
you go.
monkey, like, yeah, like people are like off and out, like, okay, what's going to occupy me, or what's going
Right.
to razzle dazzle me? That's what I think people are looking for, razzle dazzle.
Ooh.
And
I
yeah,
love the sound of that. Let's get razzle
yeah,
dazzled.
razzle dazzle. Yeah. And playing
That's
and being,
great.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then it's also too, it could be, I don't think I wrote this in the article, but it's because, this is an afterthought, but the entertainment industry will be maybe in focus too then, right? And it's like, oh, okay, what's going on there? And it could be like monkey business. Like, I'm wondering if there's going to be like gossip or like stories about the monkey business in the entertainment industry, like things we've
Yeah.
never, maybe we're like maybe not surprised to hear, but it might be like new, or things that like, ooh, you know, like,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Hmm.
And there's so many streaming things now too. Things go viral very quickly, you know, if something
Yeah.
catches the interest. So
Yeah.
maybe something
Yeah.
like uplifting and and with real guidance will go viral on some of the streaming things, and
Yeah.
will
Who
get the
knows? Who
energy
knows?
going.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Or what, or even like, you know, what I'm going to call them, what movie stars are going to get into some monkey business, and that,
Watch there be a movie come out coming March 10th. Monkey business. I'll
what,
laugh.
I can't remember. Anyways, I was going to say there was something that I came across this morning, and it was like, it had to do with the monkey. And I'm like, what? The monkey's like, it was just, it's just weird. Like when you do this long enough, like how things just come into your world, like that line up
Yeah.
with what the energies are saying. So,
Yeah.
so it's
Right.
like, you know, the monkey animals, like how many people are going to come across things that are monkey related this month?
Right.
Yeah, it'll be
Now
interesting.
all I want to do is go listen to the Monkees now.
Oh,
They were my favorite band growing up.
yeah,
The
yeah,
Monkees. I love it.
yeah.
I'll take the monkey over the weasel or whatever the hell that
The
little
ermine,
rascally
I
ermine.
know. The ermine, the ermine for February,
Goodbye.
and yeah, so it's from the weasel family. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah,
Goodbye.
it was quite the weasel, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was. I wonder how many other
Mhm.
people feel like that. Like February was
Yeah.
weaselly.
Weaselly and hidden, and
Yeah.
like at times felt out of sorts,
Oh,
or like
Karen had a birthday
something
in
was,
February. Happy birthday, Karen, if she's Pisces.
oh, like, oh, from the chat room,
Yeah, she said she was
or
Pisces. So,
March,
oh, could be.
Because Pisces goes into March till about the 19th or 20th of
Yeah,
March.
you're right. Because mom's is on the 26th and she's a Pisces. That's where I got that from.
Oh, okay, your mom is,
Yeah.
yeah, of
Yeah.
February, yeah,
Happy late
yeah,
birthday, mom. Although
yeah.
I did talk
She's
to her.
not here.
No, I wonder where she is today. She's going to be calling me going, damn it. I was waiting for it all day. And then she gets
Yeah,
distracted.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Well, did you have anything else to? Oh, I know one thing I wanted to say,
What?
because I wrote this down because of monkey business.
Yes.
So I just want those, and I don't care if this isn't just all on the women, because men will do this, but if you don't want a baby, be cautious. Make sure you are protected. Make sure, you know, be safe, because monkey business can lead, you know,
Ah,
one thing can lead to another, and those that can still have babies and make babies, because it's on the man too,
absolutely.
take protection, or be safe. Have that conversation first before you get carried away, because if
Yeah.
you don't want a baby, you know, be extra careful. So that's what I wanted to share. I just wanted
Yeah.
people to be aware of that. But if you're wanting
Good
to have a
advice.
baby, this is a good time to, yeah, try to make the baby, have the
Oh,
baby,
good.
or yeah, make the baby, not have the baby. It doesn't come right away, but thank God, right? So
It's always a good time to make the baby.
it's always, yeah, it's always fun to make babies, isn't it?
Right? I just don't want to have
Oh,
the
this is
baby.
such a goofy show. I know, this is just such a
It
goofy.
is.
Yeah.
I
But
know.
oh yeah, because 8 is like also to sexual energy.
Oh, really? So you're still getting this sexual energy. Man, March is going to be fun for all of us.
So, you know, it can go either way. So some can feel, you know, really horny.
Yeah.
And then some could feel like I'm not in, like, nah.
Not in the
But
mood.
yeah,
I have a
but
headache.
it'll come up, because it could be
Yeah.
like, you know, if you're with someone, they could be maybe pestering you, like, come on, we haven't had sex for a while, or whatever, or they're in the mood, and if you're not in the mood. So sexual energy comes up for a lot of us. And
Interesting. What is that?
yeah,
The sacral chakra?
yeah, I
The
think so.
sexual
Yeah,
energy? I
yeah,
think
I
so.
think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Well,
those who
that'll
want to
be
liven
fun.
up their sex life, this is this is this
My
is
goal.
this, this is a good time. Monkey business.
Get in here.
Oh my God.
No, that's fun.
You know what? I got an image of like Tarzan
Woo!
going like
Swinging on the
this.
vine.
Yeah. And
Jane.
going like that, like, calling on the woman, like, come on, let's go.
Wear a little Jane costume tonight, maybe. Spice it up.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
No, it's too much information.
Yeah, yeah.
And the 8 too is also about working really, really hard towards something and putting all your focus on it, and fast movement towards the fruition of that too. So,
Yeah.
because in the tarot you get the 8s, it's like working hard with the pentacles or the action, in all the suits, and then comes the 9, which is usually some kind of completion of that that project. So it's a good month to really finish out what you were working on so that you can start something new, and
or go for it. I call it go for it energy, right?
Yes, because, go for the new. Yes.
So because 8, it's 8 can be, I like the 8 energy. There's some numbers I like better more than others, and 8 is one of my favorites. So it's, I mean, it doesn't mean like I always get along with that energy. Like I have sometimes struggled, but anyways, the 8 energy, it's like, it's a good time to go after the things you want in life, or go after, it's the only thing is you have to be persistent. You can't give up. It's an energy that doesn't want you to give up easily. It's trying to teach you, like,
that's right.
You keep at it because it'll pay off. It'll pay off. Like, it's supposed to be a payoff time, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It likes achievement. It likes, awarding stuff.
Yes.
It's just, you have to really believe in that. And that's where the confidence comes in. That's why, confidence. But, you have to keep your ego in check too. Like, try not to be too cocky about things, or, overconfident, or, So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I do. I see my Aunt Joy is here. Hello, Aunt Joy.
Oh, yeah.
And she says her feelings are of great change. She's feeling that too. I saw that on Facebook from you this morning, that you were feeling that change. But the change, it's here. And so we've all been focusing on these survival methods, really. If we be honest with ourselves, we've been focusing on how to survive these times, and I feel like we're coming into a change of a little bit more of an accomplishment. Like, we did it. We stood together. We listened to each other. We loved each other through this. And, I feel like that change is here. Like, we did it, and we need to start celebrating more, things like the vaccine. Let's celebrate this. We did it. It's here. And we did that. We, as a society, as a world, brought about a vaccine to a virus that was really scary for all of us. So we did it. So let's start celebrating these things, right?
Yeah. I just want to have fun this month.
Me too.
I feel giddy. And I kind of feel like trouble, but good trouble maybe. So,
oh, that's good.
So it's almost like, what kind of hijinks are we going to get into this month too, as a society, right?
Well, we'll call ourselves Rebel with Causes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And even like maybe the comedians in our world will be stepping up to the plate this month. Maybe they're going to be bringing a lot of relief for helping us laugh. Yeah. And be more lighthearted. Yeah. There's a lot of good comedians out there. I like laughing.
I love Sebastian.
Laughing is such good medicine.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. It's the best medicine. It can cure anything. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. Well, did you have anything else you wanted to add, Julie, before you go?
I think we are complete. Thank you, everyone, for coming here today and joining in your energy to all of this. I love that. And have a great week.
Yes. And have fun with the monkey. Like, monkey around this month and laugh.
For sure.
Yes. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Be well.
Yes. Bye.